Um, I think I'm having sometimes some issues with like holding my spells, um, and kind of like not knowing exactly when to get off the camps and go for ganks. Although I've been working on that, and I think it's getting a little bit better. But sometimes I feel like that's just a little bit hard to identify. Um, on top of that, I guess sometimes these games just feel like we get pushed in, and then I can't really do much of anything if things have gone too bad. And I've got a game that's like kind of like that to take a look at where I feel like I've got a decent head start on like killing Echo a bunch of times, and then the support Vel'Koz just kind of catches me out, catches the whole team out. We get pushed in, and then the game's just kind of over. We can't really do much of anything. I'm sure there's like other stuff going on as well, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like I can see some of the mistakes that I'm making for sure, but I'm sure there's stuff that I'm not seeing there.
So holding abilities, when to skip some camps, and then whenever you're in the losing game state, like in League, it's a really special game. Like when you're losing, it's like with teammates too. I mean, you know how
Yeah,
it feels. It's something different compared to other games, but
yeah, exactly.
it's like you don't have to look to reverse that losing game state. That's usually where people start. It's just like, what do you do
Mhm.
in that losing game state? And
Yeah,
usually it's like at least Amumu has CC, so your job might be something like go in and die, CC the bad guy, and see what happens.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's sometimes what I'm trying to do, and then there are these times when just like everyone is so weak, and we get like completely pushed out. I can't even get into my own jungle, and it just feels like it's hopeless. I mean, maybe those games are kind of hopeless, but I'm not. I mean, there must be something. I mean, it's silver.
All right, let's look at him. Can you send me your op.gg?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Um, let's see here.
Dude, it's like basically my first day back on my PC. It's so moving the mouse and shit. I was on break, like no computer after going ham.
Oh
For,
yeah,
yeah, so
looks like it's working.
Scubby
Well,
Amumu. Okay.
that's right. Yeah, so I'm playing basically only Amumu, and then when Amumu gets banned or taken, I'm going Udyr. I'm not great with Udyr at the moment, but yeah.
I mean, Udyr, I guess is fine. But let's see.
Yeah.
278. You're very committed. And this is your first season, right?
Uh, yes, first season, second split,
Are you coming from like any other
or third
game?
split.
Like any game with like a
Uh,
ranked ladder that's competitive?
the only other game that I've played is StarCraft, which is pretty different.
Hey, old man. How far did you get into StarCraft?
Um, I mean, I picked it up while I was in college way back when, and I got up to like silver or gold or something. I didn't spend too much time with it, and then I went back into it briefly and got like platinum or something without too much trouble. But then I didn't stick with it for too long. I kind of moved over to League.
Okay. StarCraft. Yeah, I missed that game. I didn't get to play that one.
No interest.
Well, I didn't have like any like ways to like I started on oh my God, I started playing on like games, Call of Duty on a hacked Wii off my neighbor's Wi-Fi. It's like, all right.
Awesome.
Humble beginnings. What I'm seeing, kind of like whenever it's pretty classic of like this rank though, where it's like your good games will be very good, then your bad games will be very bad.
Yeah,
I just got to see the gameplay, honestly, because these stats aren't
that's
telling me a
fair.
lot. So, is there any particular game you'd like to look at?
Yeah, I got this Echo one in mind. There's some of them where they just go like really terribly, and like I played awful. Like there's one where I think I go up against New Deer and I just get like absolutely trashed. Um,
Echo.
what's
I
that?
don't see where you're against an Echo.
Down. There's like a lost streak of three, or let's see here. A little bit below this. I think it's below that Scion game. Um, yeah, the one right above the Udyr game, the fourth unlucky one.
This one?
7-7-10.
7,
Down
7,
at the
10.
top.
Boom. Okay, 7, 7, 10. Let's see. Jar of dirt. All right.
Right.
17 big ones on Vel'Koz. All right.
Yeah, that was rough. He got a triple kill early, and I think it kind of got out of control from there. But I know it definitely could have been brought back.
He's like, supports can carry. See, guys? See? So what got you into League?
Uh, I started watching pro stuff actually, and then just wanted to try it out for myself because I had very little clue what was going on. And then it was just I mean it's very satisfying when things go well. And it's really fun to learn about and figure out, especially like I like the jungle aspect. Like thinking about what's going on the map and how to influence everything.
Okay,
I
so
think
right here, you got level 3. You got your red buff. And
yes.
one of the things you said is like when to skip camps. It's like this would be one of the interims. Even whenever you finish the Raptors, like right here.
Mhm.
So the reason that is, like, what do you think that is? That after you kill this, you get level 3, you can gank.
Yeah, now I mean I've got my Q. Um, Basically it's a good time like moving to a different spot. Potentially like my whole top side is gone, so there's no potential of an invade there.
Yeah, he's got
Um,
nothing to get there.
and if I'm like doing something on the bot side, then that's basically defended. But obviously in this game, there's nothing really to gank. I think top and mid. I think I was thinking about ganking bot, um, but it ends up not really panning out. So I think
Okay.
I go full clear here.
So here's some stupid questions. Why can't we gank mid?
They're all pushed up. Yone's under tower, even though he's half HP. I don't think he's used any sums either.
And they never will against Mr. Skinny Victor. And then
Right.
another option here would be bot lane. So
Yeah,
at
and
any
there.
time you're
Mhm.
walking from the red side to the blue side, you always have this option, and it's worth entertaining. Because then from there, you can go into the river or you can go through the red side. The two options like let you, if you go through the red side, it takes longer, but then you avoid a ward. Whereas through the
Right.
river, they need to be more pushed up. So if we look at bot lane here, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean they're under tower, which is like a plus for a gank, but they're full HP, and I don't think they've used any sums yet. So
Okay. Full
yeah, I
HP,
mean, yeah.
under turret, and then there's something else.
Uh, I mean, you're just talking about the wave state, like they're crashing the wave. We have a lot fewer minions than them. They have a huge wave.
Exactly. They got a shit ton of minions. So if you're going to attack them, then your bot lane has to walk through a shit ton of minions. And that's not going to work out. So,
Fair
okay.
point. I think I'm probably not thinking enough about the waves themselves as things are going on.
Yeah, you'd have to move the camera to like really see it and then check it all out. So let's keep clearing.
Yeah, I think here I'm thinking about if they're staying pushed up, but then it doesn't seem like there's anything available.
Let me find Mr. Echo. Now this is weird. I see you don't have smite.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was topside.
Yeah, and then without your Q, I guess the job's done.
Yeah.
Very brave, Mr. Amumu. We got one, maybe two, maybe three guys coming in here. All right.
I do have my bot lane coming, but
Well,
maybe too far away. Maybe that was a little bit too risky.
Well, even if your bot lane comes, right? Check him out. Half
Yeah, that's
HP,
true.
Morgana, wrong side.
Fair point.
In these sort of situations, you don't have to know any of this. It's just if you play it slower. Because anytime you use Amumu's Q, it's a commitment. You're going in.
Mhm.
And once you go in, you're not getting out. You can waddle out, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. You feel it on Amumu. There's not much to be done once you're in there with the Q.
So, you want that Scuttle Crab. Just give it a second here. If you stand here, then you can weigh some options. At least this position gives you options. This is an all-in. Whereas you can go all the way to topside, get that Scuttle, or just give it up entirely. It's not that important. Because then,
Gotcha.
whenever you commit to it, it's like you're running the risk of just having to fight their bot lane. And if you die once, it's an enjoy just purgatory sort of game state.
Right.
Mumu gets out with his big ass head.
Yeah, he's feeling the Christmas spirit this time.
No presents, no friends. Had to make himself one. Go too slow once again. Mumu rinsing the map with no allies. Run! And he walks away with his big ass head. Okay. Oh, this is weird. Okay, so you finish the camps. We're entering the river. What are your options right now?
Dragon, gank mid, gank bot. Or invade, I guess, but or just restart the camps. I mean, I guess I do have Krug spawning momentarily.
Okay, so we have like A, B, C, D, and then E. Now for A here on mid lane. How does this look?
Not great. I mean, the wave is more on Yone's side. I think it is pushing towards him. They're both pretty high HP. Victor's pretty low mana. And Yone has those moves that might make it a bit tough if he can get out of the way. I guess it's maybe possible, but it doesn't look great.
What would make it look good for you?
Um, I think if I mean, I guess if he was further up the lane, then I'd have more space to maybe kind of wear him down.
Okay. So then what sort of
Yeah,
lane state is this right now?
I think it's pushing towards him. That's
Pushing towards who?
oh, sorry, pushing towards the Yone.
Okay.
But maybe I'm misreading that.
So right now, Yone has that tornado built up. And then Victor has effectively less HP. It might look even, but it's not. Yone has a shield, a Vamp Scepter, whereas that's going to stick. Victor has less mana. So, Yone's going to try to start trading with the Victor, since this is the case. He knows that this guy only has... Yone knows that Victor only has so much juice, and then he can sustain through it. So, he'll try to trade against the Victor. Because the wave is slightly past the middle. That means that Victor is going to have to move a little bit further forward than he would like, and that will give Yone the opportunity to hit him with his E, with his tornado, with his ulti. And then whenever that would happen, then that would be an opportunity for you, where if you're in the bush or in the fog of war here, then you could try to get involved that way. Because
Like a
anytime it's a melee champion like this, just like a
mhm.
Mumu, when you Q in, he commits in whenever he uses his dash. And then as a jungler, we're not necessarily looking for just an attack every single time on the gank. This one would be a punish. If he jumps in, then you can go in, because he doesn't have a great way to get out either. So
Okay.
that's kind of what
So
we would be looking for mid.
is this like a hover mid, wait for Yone to do something, and then just if nothing happens, recall, go Krug sort of moment?
Hover mid, wait for
We
Yone
haven't
to do
totally looked at the
something.
other stuff, but
I mean, you can stay on the map. It's no big deal, because even if you recall, it's like an amp tome and a ruby crystal. And with the scuttle crab coming up, that's going to give you level 6. So that's worth to stay for. But that's just an option. You still have that option of the dragon and the bot lane and the invade. So with the dragon, the lane's looking like this. What do you think?
probably not. I mean,
What?
like, yeah, I mean, it looks like our bot lane is getting pushed in. Like, maybe could go for a gank on bot first if they shove up, and then if that goes well, go for the dragon. I think I end up going for dragon or looking bot instead of looking mid. So I think that is kind of what I go for.
One thing with the objectives too is they're kind of like a reward for a successful play. In this case, it's like if you won the mid play, then that would help you get the dragon.
Gotcha. I think
Whereas,
maybe that's something where I'm also going a little bit wrong in general. I think I don't treat it like that reward. I think I often just kind of try to force it.
well, it
Uh,
works out pretty good with the void grubs because
yeah,
people
yeah,
don't know
that's
that
it.
they exist as much. But in the bot side here, which lanes have push is like a problem. So your bot lane's getting pushed in, and then it's kind of hard for Victor to even move. So in that case, Dragon becomes worse because they can contest, just like the Scuttle Crab.
Right.
And then on the invade, right, it's pretty much the same deal. If your lanes are getting pushed in, then an invade becomes like super bad for a Mumu, because often invade, all you really do is CC them with the Q and with the ulti, and then set up a kill for your laner that had pushed. If you're invading them solo or for camps, it don't do nothing on a Mumu.
Yeah, I've felt that, and I feel like with invades, I'm a lot better about kind of being aware of who could like rotate or not going in, just being more cautious because I've felt that you don't get out unless maybe like I see them on the other side or something, and then I'm able to snag something to trade while they're taking the whatever other objective they're going for.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Amumu, let's see what happens here. Yon does his trade mid. This shit is always going to be warded. Check it out. Boom.
Yeah.
That push every day of your life is going to be warded.
Should I be going for the lens, the sweeper sooner?
I mean, this is like second turn. It's fine to have the warding trinket, because until you have ulti, you don't need the sweeper.
I've been keeping the warding until maybe like around 15 minutes, sometime sooner, depending on the state of things.
Once the mid game starts, like 14-ish minutes, you can swap to sweeper. Alrighty, Bob, this is insanity. Let's go all the way back here. Alrighty, and we start this at 7:20. Enjoy your purgatory. Check it out. Alrighty, now we're at 8:30. That was a
Yeah, that
minute.
was.
That was a minute of downtime. We can't be doing all that.
Yeah, I see.
Whenever you
And this
go,
is.
whenever you
Mhm.
move into position, right? Like, let's go all the way back, actually. Whenever you move into position for something, you can give this like 20 seconds. And then if nothing pans out, that's fine. Completely back off, reset, and then try again. But anytime it's past that, then you can know that it's a mistake. For sure.
Okay.
Alright, let's skip ahead again. Good fucking luck on this fight. You are level 5, they are level 6. Our bot lane sucks, we know this. Echo's even worse, alright.
Yeah, the Echo's honestly really terrible this game.
Oh. Hit him. Can't fuck with the big man. Q. Close.
Yeah.
So anytime you're starting a fight where they have a level advantage, then you're super, super, like, disadvantaged. So it's a miracle that it even goes like this. I see. Echo ultied back that way. Alright. Okay. Ulti. And then if you flash the Vel'Koz E, then you don't take nearly as much damage. Anytime it's like CC or something like that, you can try to flash in. We dodge that. Yeah, there's nothing to do. The fact that it goes that well is a miracle, but then Vel'Koz gets those 3 kills, like you said, but it's because you forced it. So if we go back, we've been on the map for a whole minute, L, and then you attack this. Because you attack the dragon when the enemy's stronger, there's always going to be a price to pay in League. Even if you got it, it's not a big win. So, like, well, hell, you said it. I said, like, you need to play and then the objective, and you're like, sometimes I skip that step. That's exactly what you did here.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that happening.
Alright, let's skip ahead, Mr. Amumu. We got a haunting, guys, and we got a dream. To make it big and move to the big city. Where we can finally get some friends. Okay. Clean up Mr. Echo. We farmed down. The relentless mission for the dragon. So during all this time, too, it's kind of invisible. It's kind of like from 7 minutes to about now, like 12 minutes, we've had that one team fight and then that one play against Echo. Ideally, it's like it's multiple small attacks on these lanes that then can help you win the dragon in between like the right times to farm. Whereas you're good at getting the objectives in a sense, but you're skipping a step, and I feel like that's where you're running into like super big inconsistencies.
Wait, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I guess maybe on Amumu it feels like the ganks are not as viable as maybe they actually are, just because I don't have any mobility, and I usually don't trust the laners.
It's a good move, but if you never play the chances, then you never win it big. So, what if we looked at the early game of another game? What do you think?
Sure, let's see.
And then try to look at the opportunities for the ganks.
Yeah, let me see here. Which other one would be a good one? I mean, I guess you can pick really any one of them.
Amumu shits on Sejuani. Alrighty, let's see. The big man gets paid.
Yeah. Oh, that's the game specifically, so we'll see if I remember more when it starts.
Let me go back to the Raptors. Alright, we start the red, we do the Krug. Now in this case, we're going to finish the Raptors for level 3, but it's a little bit different. Instead of being all the way up here, we're all the way down here. So how does that change things up for Amumu?
Mm, I mean, I guess with this map state, it definitely makes it harder to go for anything bot side. And looking at the map, it makes it hard to go for something top side. Like maybe I could do a transition mid, but it kind of feels like a long way around.
Well, if you pull these up as you're finishing them, then you have an option, so. And then what do you mean
True.
by transition mid?
Uh, like, I mean, sometimes if things look good mid, maybe like going for a kill, but if it doesn't work out, just like moving straight through. Maybe get like a flash or something out of them.
Okay. One thing I can tell you with these control mages is that they won't deal any damage. Fucking almost guaranteed. But, hell, this one would be fine. You finish the raptors, use the health potion, and then go through mid. It would work out. Pretty high chance, but why is that?
Uh, I mean, it looks like we're pushing into him. Um, but I guess just from the state of the health, and Vagar has a ton of CC with that
Okay.
cage.
See, now that's what you would think, but he has his W level 2. Lol. He will hit level
Uh,
3, and then the wave is actually even. Now, what about Silas? What's required from him for this
you
game
mean
to
in
be
order to?
successful?
Oh, I see. He's got to use his E, I guess, to go in on the Vagar, but he can't
Exactly.
get
He
it.
needs to commit in. Will he do that?
Potentially. I think it's not unlikely for him to try to kill him here.
And why is that?
Low health, Silas
Boom.
probably stronger at this point.
Yeah, he's got that electrocute for a reason.
Yeah.
And then what's coming up here for the mid laners?
Well, the cannons.
The cannons, but it's something else.
Oh, you mean level 3?
Exactly, level 3. What is going to get them level 3 here?
Oh,
What's going to give
is it
Silas level 3?
is it the third melee minion here? On the I'm not sure. I should know this.
It's going to be one of these melee minions. So then, if you know a little bit of all that, then that can help you, whenever you're looking at the lane and then deciding if you want to go for that gank. And you're always playing a chance. Maybe Silas fucking stands still. But if I know one thing about anything in gaming, this guy wants to hit the bad guy. And Vygar's pretty low. It's a pretty low bad guy, so hell, he'll probably dash in. Let's see it. He's gonna auto down that melee and dash in. Let's see it. The cannon dies first. All right. Okay. Wouldn't have dashed in, but hey, he's still up the lane. Once you don't skip off the raptors, you still have an option after wolves. It's kind of worse, but like gank, scuttle, blue gromp, it will work out. So,
Or it's just because it's screwing up the clearing path in the future.
nah, that part doesn't matter so much for Amumu. As much as like, as much as like the internet would like to think, like to lead you to think, Amumu's a noob champ. Like he's gonna utilize the catch-up XP, and has like a lot going for him when you're even or behind, not so much when you're ahead. So staying on the proper clear is important in a sense, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is like you're getting plays in between. So
Okay.
in this case, it's like once you finish wolves, you can go to the or go to the blast cone, and then from here you're in the river. Then you have options: gank mid, flank top lane. So, I mean, hell, at this point you could walk top lane.
Yeah.
You see what I see?
Yeah, I see a very low Yorick, low mana, trying to push his wave in.
Exactly. He needs to crash this wave. So this would be totally fine. You could just walk on up there like that. Mid lane is honestly less likely.
Yeah, I think I'm often a little bit scared of the Siluses. They've got that healing. They can kind of shut him down if they use the E at the right time to
Yeah, you
protect.
should be. Silas deals a shit ton of damage against Amumu too.
Yeah,
He just
I
dumps
mean
it all
those
right on top of you. You can't miss.
those AP champs, especially something like Silas.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, I think maybe one thing that I'm doing is I'm maybe not looking for the opportunities as often as I could be here.
Well, you don't want a schizo post look for him. It's at these like exact moments. That's where you should consider it. And I think that's what.
I thought of looking after the wolves. It's usually just kind of like after the first three, and then when I'm done, or maybe like after like Gromp here.
Yeah. Well, even as you're doing Gromp, it's like if you saw them do a big trade like that, it'd be fine to walk up here. That's the thing. Like whenever you play, do you feel like you have to clear these camps? Like you're on like a rigid sort of path?
Less so now. I think I was definitely in that mindset, um, partially because some jungle tubers and people are saying full clear every single time.
For the love of God, what if it
But
goes wrong?
I mean, I have been feeling a lot more like I guess I was feeling like that was getting me results earlier. I think because it was more of a full clear kind of meta where these, like Amumu and Lilia and everyone were way stronger, and so full clearing just felt a lot better. But lately it's
True.
felt like it doesn't really get me much more. Um, so I've been feeling less like that now, but I think I'm still maybe like kind of in that mindset of like sticking to a full clear.
Yep, now you gotta risk it for the biscuit. But good news, you get way more gameplay. For the love of God, clear the camps. What if it goes wrong? You should bunt the ball every time. You guarantee getting to a base. And then with enough bunts, we'll get a home run. Okay. Sejuani doesn't stick around to random die. Faded Ashes and Amumu's back to work. He's clocking in. Okay, now we're talking. Let it rip, Amumu. Q. Keep it going. Okay. Amumu can't die. Fact. I know how that one goes. That's what I'm fucking talking about. So you know how to do it.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Now, you've ganked. You're low HP. What are you thinking? What's the schmove here?
I was thinking just basically finish up the clear, or I'm getting health back as that goes, so maybe if another opportunity presents itself, do something there.
Okay. Let's see. You got 900 gold. What do you think Sejuani's gonna do?
I'd probably try to do something on the other side of the map. Like, I guess Void Grub since they're up and she saw me gank.
Okay. And you'd be right. Boom. So now she's gonna do these. You're gonna do Gromp. Let's finish the Gromp here. What are your options? You would know that she's on the Void Grubs from the announcement.
Yes, and I think I knew that anyway. I pinged her on them. Or I suspected. So I guess go and attack her on them, potentially. She could just E over the wall. Or is that her E? Whatever it is.
Yeah, she could dash over the wall. So, yeah, she's not going to stay in that pit. We know that.
Yeah.
So where's she going to
could be
go?
trying to gank.
Okay.
Probably to gank top, or maybe just go towards bot. Probably gank top, though. Or I guess mid. But her Silas isn't there just yet.
Right, the Silas isn't even there. Is Vigar going to stay?
No, he's only got 2 more minions, so...
Okay, so Vigar's going to recall, so there's nothing... Even if she's moving towards mid, there'd be nothing for her. Whereas top lane... They're getting crazy. Aatrox is ulting and shit.
Yeah.
So, Sejuani has two options. She's going to gank top or go back to her camps. And then you're saying that she's most likely to gank top, so what do you want to do? What are your options, if that's the case?
Meet her topside. I guess what would be the best way to meet her there? Do I just go through the river or do I try to wrap around from behind?
If you wrap around this way, it takes longer. That's the problem. She goes from like river, like somewhat over here, right to the lane. So this like isn't viable if you're gonna meet her there. Because the play would have happened before.
So I
You
have to
know.
just try to like intercept her.
Exactly. But the benefit is that Amumu has a big ass head, you know, he can get hit a little bit. So even if it gets bad in the river, it's fine.
Yeah.
But he's slower, so you do have to go that way.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's one option. You have another one.
Um,
Sejuani's gonna go top. Show you top lane again.
I guess I could recall and just take the dragon while she's
Nah,
topside.
recalling's too slow. You gotta stay on the map.
Okay. Um,
But you had the right idea. You can go right to that dragon if you want.
oh, I see. Just, uh, just take it right on over there.
Yeah, but you'd have to do it right now. That's the
Okay.
thing with League. You'll be in these interims, and you have to do it right then. So
Gotcha.
so yeah, you could trade this for that if you wanted to. Um, Looking at it, it's like Balling's pushed in, that's an L, and Vigar's going to reset, so that's an L when it comes towards doing the dragon.
Yeah, that doesn't seem viable.
Your Aatrox is 0-2, but Yorick items suck, so going top lane is like, you want to play it somewhat lax. You don't have to fully commit to this. He's a level down and sucks, so. But then a recall is a non-move. Even though the Sejuani doesn't gank, since she didn't gank, if you were there, hell, who knows what could happen. Maybe you guys turn it around on Yorick.
Okay.
Any sort of non-move is just as bad as like the overstaying on the map or like the forced attacks.
Okay.
Yes, yes. He's level 6. He's pissed. His Christmas sucked and he's come to kick, and they're already dead. Awesome. Awesome moves, Blitzcrank. Alrighty, you killed them. Can they stop you on Dragon? Probably not. Don't... Okay, so whenever you're doing the Dragon, pull them into you. You don't walk at them.
Okay.
Imagine a mean kid with a dodgeball, right? And he's just waiting for, like, this scrawny kid to walk forward. It's much easier for him to land that dodgeball on the scrawny kid if he's just standing right there. But if he's moving all over the place and runs into him and shit, scrawny kid might run away. We want to invite the scrawny kid forward. Maybe even throw a dodgeball up in the air for him to try to catch and then nail him as they're walking in.
The dodgeball up in the air here, me kind of moving a little bit towards them, trying to bait them.
I'm thinking like this, like they can't even see it, right? Let them get as close as possible where they would try to get vision of it, and then you're right there. An easy lineup. So when Sejuani moves forward, this is what she sees. And then by the time she would try to turn away like that, that would be like your time to shoot the Q. If you wanted it. Me personally, I'm staying on that fucking dragon. We got bad guy Silas coming. Fuck that. We came for the dragon, let's get the dragon.
Okay.
Let them attack you, it's fine, you'll live, and then you can play it out from there. Crapola.
Yeah.
Smiting later is like usually better.
Yeah, I don't know when it happened, but I think I got somehow into the habit of smiting early, and I really need to fix that up.
Like, especially if you don't have a lot of burst damage like Amumu doesn't. He just doesn't have that juice. Don't tell him I said that, but
I think maybe what I was thinking is that my ult would help burst it down, but it really doesn't do too much there.
yeah, it's an AoE ulti, so it deals good damage, but it's supposed to, like, since it deals like pretty good damage, you got to hit multiple people with it, so it's never gonna burst this single target thing. Now with the ulti down and the objective play over, that's your time to farm. And with those two camps, you gotta level up. That's what I'm talking about with the catch-up XP. It's always gonna be okay for Amumu.
Alright.
You can do your worst on a play, but you cannot do your worst wasting time, like walking around or like recalling at the wrong time. But you can do your worst on a play, and then even if it doesn't pan out, like you lost the dragon and died, the camps will give you that XP to catch up. And by the time you're done clearing them all, boom, Amumu's ulti's up. So once you get any juice, it's usually like a past 6. It's like you can kind of reverse the path. Usually it's farm into the play. But then you can start doing the play into the farm, and then you're in business. Because then you're utilizing that ulti cooldown and the catch-up XP. And you're actually fighting for the objectives with your team. And it gives Amumu something to do. And you can
Yeah.
pretend to have friends. Like, these guys are his colleagues, but they're not really his friends, you know? So. But at least he's around people, you know? He's getting out of the jungle every now and then.
Yeah. Definitely not there when you need him.
I mean, we invited him out, and he's just not showing up. He said he was doing Dragon or something. Like, I mean, we're all going to do Dragon later, but I guess he wanted it now. Damn, so we spend the ulti on cooldown again. We already have the Leandries, but staying on the map here is fine. Pinch is fucking strong, man. That'd be a hell of a champion to main as a noob. Alright, welcome to hell. Silas Amumu ulti. He never... Like, it's hard to deal damage to Silas as Amumu too, because he's so mobile.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I pick up the... Well, I mean, for a lot of different reasons, but I do pick up an Oblivion Orb in this game to try to mitigate that healing and deal with the Silas there. Is that a... I mean, like, how do you feel about that item? Like, going Morel or Oblivion? Because I've been going, like, Bramble, but then if they don't... Like, if they're just going on other people...
Yeah,
Bramble kind
Oblivion's
of...
better for Amumu. Like, in this case, you don't need it this game. Silas heals, Yorick heals, but you're going to have to take a lot of damage. So if I was looking at the enemy team comp, it's like, okay, you need some magic resist and some HP, and you're good to go. Then any armor in between is pretty good. So it's probably like, should have been like Ninja Tabby into Abyssal, and I don't know. Like any tank item works, really. The items aren't super important.
I think I went Merc because of all of their CC, but does it not actually help in this, like, with their specific style of
It would help
CC here?
against Sejuani, but like Silas chain thing is kind of a knockup. Blitzcrank Hook, it doesn't do anything against. Um,
Right.
yeah, and then Yorick has the cage, so yeah, Merc Turrets don't do anything. Sejuani does
Okay.
pretty good damage too, surprisingly. And it's based off like her passive and then like her auto. So she deals mixed damage. It's like some magic, some physical. So Ninja Tabby would help you against Yorick, Sejuani, some of Silas's damage, and then Sivir. So it'd kind of be the juice. It's not that big of a deal though, because you have your E at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, just to be safe, I think we queue up right now. What do you think?
Sounds good.
I know Silver. I know these games could last forever. And then,
Yes, and they often do.
and then we're looking for those times for the plays and then like just identifying the interim. You don't have to choose the right thing. You can do your fucking worst. But I want you to like see it and then do something.
Okay. All right. That'll be the goal. Let me go
Yep.
ahead and share the screen then. Let's see here. Screens. Okay, this should be. All right. All good?
See, you got the new Windows L.
Yeah, just got a new laptop. My other one kind of started acting up.
Okay. You get a gaming laptop?
Uh, I think so. I mean, kind of, for sure.
Hard to tell with new shit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a good graphics card, works well enough for League for sure.
Yeah, when you say works well enough, I'm like, that shit better have like 140 hertz monitor at least.
Yeah, yeah, we're good on that front.
I played on a laptop for the first time, like played League on a laptop like yesterday. I was at a friend's house and I was surprised. Like a gaming laptop now compared to what it used to be is fucking like doable.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever played it on like a gaming laptop, and it's never felt like unsuitable. It's never felt like I was held back or like things would be better on a PC, honestly.
That's the thing though. Like whenever it's all faster, it's just easier
Yes.
and then better. That is League though. You can play it on a toaster. Probably.
Yeah, although I guess they're taking away toaster support. All right, and what do you recommend for like a ban on Amumu? I think
Lilia. Uh, what do you run into a lot that you don't like?
uh I mean Mord, honestly, Trundle sometimes because I feel like if they just get ahead, our team's like the team doesn't know how to do anything. They don't help get the grubs and they just let him push. Diana feels really oppressive as a Mumu. I don't run
Okay.
into Lilias a lot.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Diana's fine.
Ignorant thrall.
We don't get the Yumi. So sad.
The cat is free food. She jumps out and you can ulti.
Yeah, I really not a fan of having a Yumi. I uh, feels pretty nice to go up against. She doesn't really feel like she does much.
Uh,
Don't see a lot of Belveths in silver.
For good reason.
I feel like in theory a Mumu shouldn't be too bad against a Belveth. I mean, I know she likes to invade and that's a problem, but like with her auto attack base kind of stuff, the E should do some good work, right?
Yeah, this matchup's pretty good. Unless the Belveth is like ultra juiced, but that's not gonna happen. I'll eat an Amumu alive, but I know like until like fucking master tier, Belveths aren't doing that consistently. Amumu. I'm gonna use the bathroom as you're loading in. BRB. Back with time to spare. I do not envy the silver loading screens. Takes forever.
A summoner has reconnected.
Nico having problems. Yeah, I mean, we get the long loading screen time waits, but you've got the long match queue times.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
True.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So I'm thinking here, path top to bot. Going up against Mord feels real bad. And I mean, there's not much CC down in bot lane, but
Minions have spawned.
it's Yumi.
Big man's gonna make more appearances than ever.
He'll be so popular.
He might not be popular, but, you know, people will see his tweets. They might not like him, but they'll see him.
And that's just as good, isn't it?
Any publicity is good publicity. Now, as you're doing Raptors, try to look at mid lane.
It's pretty tough to get Twisted Fate under tower.
Yep, a range champ under tower? No thanks. Now, what about bot lane as you're walking here?
Also real pushed up.
Hey, look at Draven. Look at Draven. That's pretty low.
Real
Let's
low.
pay him a visit.
All right.
We can always go
This
back
way
home.
around?
But yeah, let's travel a little bit. Let's see what bot lane's all about. I've heard good things. Hell yeah. Alright, you got this. It's fucking warded. Alrighty, we don't got this. The wave is dead. Now clear that control ward and wait for your team to push. Now stay here and then weigh the options. Look at it. Already up to you. Stay or go.
Pushing, but Caitlyn is real low. Oh,
Ooh.
ah. All right.
That was complicated. And it's all going to be fine. Check this out. Right to that scuttle crab on the bot side. They're going to be stuck in lane. Maybe we could gank again. If not, we can just clear up. Whenever you die like that, you do want to finish the clear. But that was tricky where our bot lane got so low.
Yeah, worth a shot. All right,
Yeah.
Bel'Veth going into the river. I do have an amp tome.
Let's try to get the scuttle. Close.
All right.
Alrighty, time to clear.
Doing the losers clear back up.
He thought he was going to be popular. He thought this post was going to go big. But you know, posting something is better than posting nothing. He'll find his groove.
Do I go for the crab here?
You would have had to do it right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about the Bel'Veth there. Oh,
You should be. Plus that TF could kick your ass. Okay. Well, you're so dead. Enjoy. He gets level 6 off killing her. Alright. In that case, you're on an overstay, so it's always going to be tougher to gank on that timing. So finishing Krugs and then recalling's always safer. But now you know for sure. And Mordekaiser is an awesome champion for awesome guys. It takes a lot of skill.
can I do the bubs here?
Well, Bel'Veth was bot side, so you should be good. And since you died top, Mordekaiser has to... And he's dead. No such thing as a bad attack. That's what they say.
All right.
Alright. Now, get one grub and go to the fight. Nice. And now we're talking. Back to the grubs. You want to get all of these to deny Bel'Veth.
She likes to split push, right? Or she can push.
She wants to
pretty
get all
well.
those. She wants to get the grubs and then fucking take over mid game. Or my bad. She wants to take the Rift Herald and then... Alrighty, back to the camps. You need level 6.
Yes.
Now check out Ketchup XP. It's really fun and balanced. What they don't tell you is that there's no downside to being a total dumbass in League of Legends. And those who walk blindly into dumb shit get more than those who play cautious and and safe.
All right, so Draven's getting real big.
That's fine. All we need is one ally. It looks like Yone is our ally this time. Bot lane sucks. Never try to save them.
Sounds good.
You're gonna have to fight with them, but not for them. In this case, you can fight for Yon and maybe Nico. And check it out with 3 funny camps for level 6. Now, do you want to gank mid or do you want to go to wolves?
Well,
Choose.
seems. All right. No.
Okay.
He's too far up. It looks like.
It's like, look, decide, go. No time for thinking. We're playing a video game. We're gaming. Alright. The cat is going to kill Caitlyn. I bet you a fucking $1. Big stakes on the line here. Ready? Fuck.
And she lives.
Well, I'll have to send you $1 sometime. Just give me a couple months. I gotta build that up. Go check Dragon. See what's there. You don't have to do it, but let's see if they started it. Okay, now
No.
look at mid lane before you go back to blue.
Mid lane. Yone looks
Don't
pretty good.
start the dragon. That's not what
Oh.
we're here for. Okay?
Okay.
Now look at mid lane. Look at mid lane. Now let's get in position flanking mid lane here. Just give it a sec. If Twister Fate moves up, you got a flash, an ulti, and a Q. If he doesn't, we just recall. Saul Goodman. Okay, we're good. Fuck bot lane. Yon is gone, so are we. Our topside camps are respawning. Yippee!
Sure boots.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
Instead of doing blue and starting the dragon, like, you gotta do some stuff in between.
Back topside just in time.
You could try to skip. That is a big-ass... He's level 9.
Yeah, that doesn't look good to me.
As much as I advocate for inting to trying stuff out, that one's crazy. You want to keep an eye on the lane as you're up here, but, like... don't expect much. Okay, look at it before you go to Raptors.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah, you kick his ass now. Okay, you can Q to the minions for distance. Nice. D-ledge. Okay.
Definitely didn't need that, but
Hey, you gave him the party he never had. No one is throwing a party for a Mordekaiser player, so. The berries first, please. Someone might come kick our ass here.
I guess that means the void grubs are ours, huh?
Not necessarily.
Nico's going back.
Exactly. And you don't have Yon mid. Run! They spotted you. TF has fucking... he's a real champion. Caitlyn was in mid lane. And we're back. Okay, nice. You're owning. We killed a Mordekaiser. No one's ever done that.
That's certainly how it feels.
Nice. Yon killed bot lane. Yippee!
Do not expect this from the Yone players in my games.
Me neither. On the Challenger climb, they all sucked cock. They're all like 1 in 3 pinging for gank every time their lane's pushed. And it's like, shut up.
Can I do something here?
No.
I don't have ult.
No, no one's there. You don't defend
No.
turrets. You, like, kill people with your team. So go bot lane right now. You've already, like, skipped the timing for Gromp. Everyone's bot. All you have to do is be down here and wait for the enemy to do something. And now we recall. Amazing. You
Yeah,
always
I feel like that's one of the things that
what, were they
never
pinged you?
quite sure about. I mean, not the pinging, whatever. Just mute them. But like the defending the turrets.
Well, in that case, no one was there. None. Your allies weren't there mid lane. So there's nothing for you to do but get farm. It's better for you to be bot lane with your allies, do a successful attack, than to defend the turret mid. TF got some gold. You could have killed 2 people and then got a turret bot lane if things went good. So, fuck defending. Especially where Amumu doesn't use resources like that. That's why we don't power farm anymore as well. Alrighty, this turn, the wheel is all yours. Good luck.
Alright.
It's a fast fella right there. He has tier 2 boots and you don't. So it's much harder. Wow. Okay. Crapola. Good luck, Amumu.
Maybe Yon can do something here?
Clean up.
Can.
Oh. It's definitely Ninja Tabby. They got a 10 kill
Yeah.
ADC.
Scared of that Draven.
Yeah, you can get another cloth armor too, it's fine. Mordekaiser and TF deal damage, but like, who gives a fuck? They got a Fed Draven. Bramble Vest is like totally fine.
Okay.
I'm sneezing my ass off right now. Alright,
Allergies?
go bot side.
Oh. Right.
We need to finish bot side. So, they took our turret. If you're bot, you can help your bot lane take their turret. Even though...
So,
And then, yeah, we want to find them on dragon like that. Okay, fight. And then we help our bot lane push. Well, Caitlyn, come on, guys. Push, take the turret.
should I just get in there?
Oh, God, they're back
Draven's
already.
there.
Just give it a sec. Wait, wait, stay. And then Draven will run at them. That's your time to go. Alright. Never mind, let's get at it. It was worth a shot, you know. You can cue to Gromp to get away here. Run. Oh. You. Oh. If you queued him, it stops his E damage.
Yeah, I should have turned for the Q.
Clean up. No such thing as a bad attack. And now you can clear. That one was a weird timing because your bot lane sucks and it's hard to help them do anything, but that was the time to try to take that turret and then contest the dragon, even without ulti.
Now my ulti's up.
So as we're clearing the camps and our ulti's up, we still don't have a vector of attack because our teammates are losing. So you would move towards the gank reactively. When your team's losing, farm first and then play. When your team's winning, play first and then farm.
Okay.
When your family's poor, you know, get a job, move out. When your family's rich, stay at home and enjoy. On to
got nowhere to
Draven, big
go.
man. Winnable. You're not dying. It's fun. What the
Oh.
fuck is Twisted Fate's damage? Nasher's Tooth? Who gave him that? Nice. Winnable.
Ian, definitely the main character of this game.
Bob, you need Thornmail. Fuck Sunfire. They got a Yuumi and a Bloodthirster Draven. Do undo. There you go. You just sell that glowing moat and buy a ruby crystal. All
Health
right.
over armor here.
Oh yeah. Well, you already had that bramble and the ninja tabby, so you need that one ruby.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Someone's been here. Oh.
Okay, now Yone's pushing. Move up the map. You want to be in the river and then be around him. Now you could flank mid or help Yone top lane.
Help the 9-1 Yon.
Option 2, help like the 0-20 Caitlyn. Nice. The cat too. Lol. Now you can farm towards dragon. You'll be in position for that. Yippee! A flank so much stronger. Like imagine you were farming your camps and then staring at Draven there. Be miserable.
Can we contest this?
Hell no. Yone's not alive. Our only champion.
What is this Nico doing?
His best. Yone's coming in. It's time to play the game. Fucking. Okay.
And he lives.
Ha! We got the shutdown. Hell yeah, we're rich. Run! Oh. Can a white boy get a Grom? Okay. Finally a recall.
Yeah, we got the...
Look. Oh, enjoy.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I mean, I figure I don't want the Yon to die more than me. Is that the wrong move?
Just a little noobly, it's whatever. Another ruby crystal, 2 control wards, and it's time to fight for Baron. So you want to play topside, continue to play around the Yone. If you win these team fights, you can win the game. Who's your target?
Raven.
Okay.
My God.
Bola. Still surprisingly winnable. It's like right now you're level 13. Even if you're juiced, at best you're like level 15. But as you farm a little bit, as the game progresses, if you guys win a Baron, then you can stall out the game. And if they get a Baron, you could still potentially win a team fight.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Mr. Big Man Amumu. He's always got that ulti.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon.
Ward is still on Baron.
You don't want to be caught out with your team. Or you don't want to be caught out without your team.
So at
So
this point, I'm basically just following the Yone, right?
we want to be grouped up with him and then, in general, not too far forward. Take a good fight when you see it. Oh god. Oh god. That just ain't right what happened right there.
An ally has been
Okay, winnable. Unless. So now Mord can ult you, and then he can hit the Nexus. He doesn't give a fuck.
Uh,
Close.
Alright. Oh, it felt rough.
Yeah, with the losing bot lane, it should. What do you think about that game?
Being up, making some of those plays definitely felt a little bit weird. I can see how it's the right thing to do. Um, I feel like I need to make those decisions faster, recognize it way sooner.
Exactly. Speed is like super, super important. The quality of decisions will come with time, but trying out a lot of them is going to make it where you build up into something.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why things are going kind of slow, because I'm playing kind of slow. I mean, playing safe, and then if our team wins, we get a slow lead and nice slow wins. But if we get behind, then I'm
A
not making
grueling,
anything of it.
miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, winning fast and losing fast is the way to go. Now, you won't be winning very often at the start, but at least you're out of the losing games faster. So, usually, like, I'm like in a game like this where you tried things and it didn't work out, at least you got some gameplay in as your
Mhm.
team was losing. Did you feel that part?
Yes.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, getting out and making the attacks definitely feels good. Like, I think I've felt that for a while, and it's been hard to break out of that, like, just kind of always full clear, always full farm. I mean, when that works out, it works out okay, but I think I'm just missing a lot of opportunities. I
Yeah.
think on Amumu, it feels like, I guess maybe I'm not trusting Mr. Amumu enough to be able to do something in some of these cases. Like dives always feel really pretty rough as Amumu. I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
that
that's
that
just
first one was like ultra fucking complex. I thought it was gonna be as simple as just walk down there, but then our bot lane got random fucking chunked and it all got screwed up.
yeah, kind of went to shit from there.
Nah, it was fine.
Well, with the bot lane.
Yeah, that's the honestly like the beast part too. Oh, I fucked up your lane. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah, you just get to pivot somewhere else. They have to stay there.
Yep. Lol. Okay.
Right.
Well, let's see. Whenever we start, he said, hold the abilities when to skip the camps, and then when you're pushed in. In this game, you guys did end up losing, like, and then you're getting pushed in. Was that part a little bit more clear for you? Like what to do when you're pushed in?
Yes, I think so. I think it's more just I haven't been as willing to skip the camps in some instances. I guess sometimes when we're pushed in, it feels like there's not even an ally to play around almost. Um, like everyone's just losing hard. There are those games like that. I mean, with this one, there's the Yone, which was like a very clear reference point. Um, and honestly, like being pushed in on this one, it happened so quick. It didn't feel like some of the other times where I was being pushed in and there was almost like nothing to do. Like I'm talking games where they drag on,
Yeah.
I guess, and I just like can't even get into my own jungle.
So what I'm thinking is like you get into these certain positions and then you have options. So whenever I tell you like go top with Yone and then you end up in their jungle and then you end up in the river and then you could flank Draven. And like that is something versus whenever you are too far back or like can't maneuver around, then yeah, you don't have options. So I think like identifying that could help you in games where whenever bad things are happening, if there's any place you can get that would give you some sort of options, then that's where you want to try to get
Yeah.
instead of just fucking waiting it out under turret. Amumu sucks so hard in those spots, but hell, at least you can
Yeah, I
queue
mean,
a minion in like ulti.
yeah, if you get that ult off, it can go real well, but you got nothing else in those situations really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things about team fighting with Amumu, I think for a while I'd been messing it up because I hadn't been getting like the flanks. And when you're coming in from the front, Amumu just doesn't work, especially in low elo. Like, even if people are there, they're not going to follow you in half the time.
Well, if you're running at them, if you're running at the enemy, your allies probably aren't moving forward. So it's kind of
Yeah,
this like delicate game of playing in the middle and waiting for your opportunity.
yeah,
Like with that mid gank, well, the example of the mid gank, Yone would queue in to Victor, and then you could go in. It's like you're
right.
waiting for the opportunity to punish and be the same with the team fights.
Gotcha. Okay, I
Yep.
mean, that does feel more clear. I think just looking for those opportunities and be trying to do it more. I think that will do quite a bit because I think I'm not looking for them quite enough, not trying them out quite enough, playing a little bit too safe, and then it drags on, and we can win, but
Not the juice. You're not playing
yeah,
League.
yeah.
Get in
I
there,
mean,
get dirty with it.
so for next season, I was wondering. I mean, I know you won PBE on Amumu with the what Bloodthirster, Bloodletter, whatever it is. Do you think he's going to play kind of similar? I mean, it seems like that item is actually
Well,
pretty
this
good for
aspect where
him
you have to do
compared
more
to
plays is going to be more prevalent because like
yeah,
objectives and just farming, like there's so much to do.
the feats of strength and all that.
Feats of strength, and then the lanes will play out differently too because of the minions. So there'll be certain timings for ganks. It's like be there or you're almost doing nothing.
Is
And
something
Amumu's
changing with
probably not
the
going to be a champion that will like be able to hyper farm as well. Um, so yeah,
yeah.
he'll have to do some plays.
I mean, that is how it feels now. Like hyper farming just does not work. It worked at the
Nope.
beginning, and then Leandri's got super nerfed.
Thank God. Udyr was a menace. He's still annoying, but holy shit, what a champion. But yeah,
Yeah, he feels a lot worse now.
good. Abomination champion. Yeah, yeah. Alrighty, you good with ending there?
All right. Well, I guess just one more question. I
Yeah.
think for that item with the magic pen for next season, I forget what it's called. You
Bloodletter's
feel like
Curse.
that's yeah.
That item will be
Like
okay.
you don't feel like it's gonna be an Amumu staple? Is it just kind of like situational if you get juiced sort of deal, or
It might be like a
if you
third,
need
fourth
magic
item
pen?
because it's percentage pin, so it's not actually that crazy in the early game. And it's like
Oh, that makes
AP,
sense.
so it's not a tank item. That kind of hurts it for a Mumu. Feels more of like a
Gotcha.
true bruiser-esque, like maybe Lilia or Diana. Definitely Diana,
Okay.
but like, yeah, the caster ones, it's a bit stranger, but we'll see.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that seems like a good place to wrap it up.
Alrighty,
Thanks, Bob.
no problem. Talk to you later, Bob.
All
Peace
right. See
out.
ya.
Bye bye.